Welcome, everybody, to the Give It podcast for blurs, for nerds. If you have a fandom, you are most certainly welcome here. We are your hosts, the most, myself, Spartan, Show Guy Joe, Tafara TV. Gentlemen, it is the weekend. How we feel?
No, it's quiet around here, and I'm getting used to that. So it's an adjustment. That and these naked ass walls behind me, I'm adjusting to. So I somewhat miss my battle station, but we start over and we rebuild.
Fair enough. Joe, what about you?
Tired.
Understood. Definitely understand the entire part. With that being said, guys, we are a little bit on the leveled up side, so we do try to watch our language, but let's be honest, words fly. And we do show video game and movie trailers. Some of it may be too intense for younger viewers, so viewer discretion is advised. Aside from that, welcome. So we do start off with some happy news because the Mandalorian trailer did drop, and it did fill us with some warm and fuzzies. And if you haven't seen it, well, here's your chance.
Hey, never touch the buttons. I can use some information.
Whoa, for this price, I'll tell you whatever you want.
I'm looking for a hut.
Close for the night. Thank you.
Gangsters, war criminals.
Long live the Empire.
We'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Strap in.
You will suffer. And then it will be his turn.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor. The kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him.
Are you scared? You should be.
Do we run? Or do we fight?
I like this kid.
What are you waiting for? Let's save the rest for after dinner.
I swear, he always finds a way to come up with a cookie, even if you take stuff away from him.
But so was that a cookie, or is that woman's frog babies again?
I'm gonna say both at this point because no telling. But that was the trailer for The Mandalorian Grogu. As you can see, guys, comes out May 22nd. Is there anything more that we can say about this? Because I know this kind of goes into Star Wars, Clone Wars Rebels territory, which I have limited knowledge on. I know, Tafari, you've seen it. Joe, I know you've seen it. So thoughts on the trailer?
No. This is after Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay. So it's not going to have any. Oh, so it's not based on the Rebels then.
No, Zeb is from Rebels, but after Return of the Jedi, he's with Rogue Squadron.
Okay. Because that's where I might be confused.
He's with Red. He's with one of the Star Wars things because the guy that plays Appa in Kim's Convenience is his commanding officer.
Okay.
And he's in the same flight battalion. Zeb's in the same flight battalion as him.
Okay. Yeah, my Rebels knowledge is very low. I got through Clone Wars and Bad Batch. My Rebels knowledge is none. I feel like we've seen that bounty hunter bot before. A muscular hut is also a new one for everybody.
Yeah, that part. a hut that is actually looks like he's fight ready, but it is. But like I said, this is interesting. The Razor Crest is back, although I do kind of miss the souped up Naboo Starfighter. I do kind of miss that, but either way, it should be good. Since Filoni and the other person are now president, that's going to be very, very interesting. Very interesting. But let us know what you guys think in the comments about that. Like I said, Star Wars at this point is a can't miss situation. But either that, I just, like I said, don't really. I guess I have nothing bad to say about it, or nothing, or even concerns. Is that just odd for a Star Wars show? In this case, a movie that we have. I mean, I don't have any concerns. Do y'all guys have any concerns?
Not really. I feel like we've done a good job leading up to it. So I feel like we had enough build up. We're not doing too much. We don't have too much relying on this movie.
Yeah, I just, like I said, I can't find anything wrong with it, and that's not because of the fact of it's not because of the fact I just don't have a lot of information. It's just that like I said, I guess it's only because it's Filoni. Because again, with Filoni running the show, it feels safe. That's about the best way I can put it. But we'll find out come May 22nd. But Joe, were you about to say something?
I mean, it looks fine to me. It just needs to hurry up and come out because, everyone's attention span with stuff is almost nothing. So, we need to get a move on.
Well, when it comes to short attention spans, you're not wrong in that situation, but we'll see. Also, apologies, and thanks to Joe for pointing this out. Monarch Legacy of Monsters, we did not get the season 2 trailer. So he saw that. I'm like, yeah, I went back and we didn't cover that. So because season 2 is coming around the corner, for that, here's the trailer.
Do you hear that?
This is not Kong.
And it's not Godzilla. This is something bigger.
We opened the rift to another world.
I did it. I pressed the button. I let the genie out of the bottle.
What's next?
I just destroyed the world.
Consequences.
I'm living in.
This Titan
I'm living in.
is like a god. And the sea creatures worship it.
Hundreds of thousands are in the path of this monster. And we don't know what it wants.
Go, go, go!
I'm gonna find a way to set things right. I promise. To destroy a monster takes another monster. We need Kong and Godzilla. What if they make the situation worse? You're trying to play God. No man should play God.
I've lost people I love. Don't make the same mistake I did.
In the end, only one thing matters. Who wins?
All right, so that was the trailer for season 2 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters. Of course, on Apple TV, will be streaming 7 days from now, February 27th. I'm sold because again, I think we talked about Monarch a little whiles back, and it is a great show. This still continues the kaiju universe. I'm really curious to see who this mystery kaiju is. Unless Joe's already got a look on his face, so you must already know.
It's Biolante. It's got to be. Like, the design is way too similar for it to not be at this point.
Okay, I'll take that. Like I said, you're more on that side than I am. I'm still trying to catch
I
up.
could be wrong, but it just like looks way too similar to Biolante.
Okay. Still want to watch it though, although I can't.
No, I'm definitely down, but
I'm trying not to break rule number 2 of the show.
I was going to say, are we rooting with or against John Walker in this series?
That's the problem. It's rule 2, Joe.
If he doesn't have the shield, he's not a piece of shit.
You say that. I mean, you are correct in the fact that we can differentiate, but again, this is kind of borderlining on rule 2.
Also, keep in mind he's young Kurt Russell in the show. So
yeah. Although you can't help, it's like, are we rooting for John Walker right
now?
now?
So now you got to ask yourself, if we can't root for John Walker, we can't root for Kurt Russell. And are you really going to go against the guy who solved all those troubles in Chinatown?
I mean, that or Snake Plissken, but no. I'm just saying, it's like every time I look at this, I'm like, God dang it, are we really supporting this? No, we're supporting the show. Let me say that we love the show. It's just it's an inside joke for all those folks that are about to come at us. Inside joke. We're only talking about U.S. Agent. We're not talking about Kurt Russell's actual son, who is a great actor. Just understand and differentiate the two is all we're saying. But no. With Monarch coming out, like I said, we're going to cover that as best we can on Apple TV. Like I said, streaming February 27th, because that's right along the same time as Resident Evil 9. So that's going to be some fun times. But anything else that we can add to the second season of Monarch that we should be expecting, fellas, or any things y'all want to bring up?
I still need to finish season 1, but the fact that they have Kong seems like he's going to play a bigger part this season.
Mm-hmm. Kong about to throw hands this season. But
I'm curious if we get a time skip and if Mini Kong has aged up a little bit at all, or how much after, or if this sets up potentially the next movie, which I don't know if we know too much about it yet.
No, we know enough to know that at least Space Godzilla is coming, but that's about it.
Okay,
that's pretty much it. As I said, with after the new Empire, that's really all the information that we're going to get at the moment. If they follow that,
rumors that Godzilla Minus Zero, they're teasing one of the monsters, and it looks like it actually may be Hedorah, the smog monster. Which kind of makes sense considering the industrial age Japan is going through at that point. But we'll see. Apparently, those are just rumors at the moment. But using some of the lesser known monsters at that point, I just want to wait until we get to the inevitable point where either Monarch or we get to a point in one of the other Godzilla franchises where they have to use Jet Jaguar and see where that goes.
It will be interesting. But either way, looking forward to Monarch Minus Zero and the next if it's not going to be called Godzilla or King Kong, which I think it will, but they haven't really gave a title out for the next one after New Empire, but we shall see. Moving right along, Joe found this game called People of Note. And don't get me wrong, we like to look for games that are different as far as interactives goes. This one got my eye because it kind of gave me Rock Band. How can I put this? It's Rock Band meets RPG. It kind of gives me those vibes, but you'll see what I'm talking about once I play the trailer. This is called People of Note.
We've come this far together. Give us a chance to prove ourselves.
Now it's more my tempo.
I'll take care of this.
Nothing but a warm-up.
Who's with you?
Now's your chance. Get loud.
Oh, that power.
You just need a little retuning.
This is it. They thought they could hang with us.
None of them think I have what it takes. What do we have to do? I'll figure it out. I have to.
Ready for a matchup.
You know it.
I got you.
Yo, nice taste.
Don't let them intimidate you.
All right, so that trailer was called People of Note. As you can see, guys, coming out April 7th this year for PS5, Steam, Nintendo Switch 2, and Epic Store and Xbox X and S. I dig it. I think it's pretty cool. Like I said, it definitely does. It's a different twist on an RPG, especially since it is music-based, but I want to give it a shot. But Safari, Joe, what say you guys?
Very much reminds me of like the play style of Sonic Dark Brotherhood on the DS with the art style of what was Jack Black's musical rock Godfighter game?
Brutal Legend?
It's like Brutal Legend. It had team-based combat.
Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, I just like the fact that it's different, and it is music being the weapon, but also the collaborations between the two as far as buffs or attacks or defense. Like I said, I dig it. I dig it, and thank you for not giving the hip hop brother a Killmonger haircut. I certainly appreciate that. But Joe, any thoughts on that?
I mean, at the very least, I definitely want to give it a try. If you go looking for this, there's actually 2 music videos from using the in-game engine. One's the R&B girl and the rock dude, and the other one is also the R&B girl and some opera dude who may or may not be either a 5th playable character or maybe the main antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of unsure who the purple opera dude is, but it's like Final Fantasy the musical.
I can live with that.
I mean, I definitely want to give it a shot if it's cheap enough. I'll get it on PS5. It seems fun. It looks interesting, at least.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I said, when it comes to games that are a little bit more different, and again, it's almost like, I don't want to call it an Expedition 33 game, but it has that feel to it. But either way, it's gonna be fun when that thing comes out April 7th. But like I said, that's one I have wish listed on my PS5 because I definitely want to see. I definitely want to see it and want to stream it when it first comes out. But also with the video games, moving right along, guys, we do have a updated one from Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. We do have the Nightmare Geeks trailer. For all those that love to play them, here's his trailer.
How about it? Gotcha!
I will never rest. Got it? It's over for you! This is the end. Legal Fury, City of the Wolves.
All All right, so that was the trailer for Nightmare Geese. As you can see, guys, will be available February 26th, so 6 days from now. And also, with this, it includes the season pass. We already know between him, Kim Yang-hoon, Blue Mary, and Wolfgang Krauser. Of course, Hoon is actually available now. Geese will be available in 6 days. Blue Mary will be available in March, and Krauser in April, and then 2 characters in May and June. I'm going to be honest, from my Fatal Fury days, I've never played with Nightmare Geese, although those combos look disrespectful as all get out. But overall, it's a nice addition. Although I could have sworn, didn't they bring him back from the dead like 3 times? Or am I wrong?
Money.
Okay. Thank you.
That'll do it.
I mean, Tavara, if I tell you who his voice actor is, you may know who it is.
Wait, for this guy?
Yes.
I saw the name pop up. I was about to do a quick search. What was the name again?
I will give you one person. I guarantee you know. Guarantee you will know. One character he's voiced.
Who that?
Myotismon.
Is that from Digimon?
Yes.
All right, my Digimon knowledge is terrible. If you got another one, hold on. Myotismon. Potent Digimon, the ability to counter most attacks using magical skills.
He's voiced by Richard Epcar. He does Myotismon and like a whole bunch of other things. So
yeah, I caught the name in the beginning, and I was about to do a quick who that person, because I feel like I've seen that before.
You have, I guarantee it.
I feel like all right, he is.
If you want to see disrespectful combos, you go look at Fatal Fury Wild Ambition, which is the OG 3D Fatal Fury. Max does a boss rage against him because that is one of the hardest incarnations of Geese there is. This one's no different. He will be predictable.
I know that super is a little bit lacking, but I could just be being picky.
No, I mean, he only really has, Mark of the Wolves, he has like 5 supers, but I mean, he's mostly known for 3 supers, which is Rashomon, Deadly Raid, and Raging Storm.
Okay. I just saying, but either way, it does look cool. I need to get back on City of the Wolves. I've been playing between Resident Evil Remake 4. I was going back to 2KXO because that in itself is a great fighting game. I know me and Joe have played each other. We actually need to run it back a few times once we both get a chance. But he liked it. I liked it. Tafari, have you had a chance to play 2XKO yet? Or
I have not gotten a chance to touch it. I just got my PS5 here. Okay, so he was Raiden and MK11 and Joker, and then he is Ansem and Terra Xehanort in Kingdom Hearts. I thought I've seen this name before.
Yeah.
And then he was Zangetsu in the Bleach game. I don't know if he does it in the anime. Dude's resume is stacked.
Mm-hmm. Either way, to see the Wolves just looks like it's going to be shaping up. I still want to know what those 2 last characters are, see if we were actually right from Jump Street. But speaking of things that we did not expect, 2 words, and I think, and everybody on this panel knows them, Dot Hack. Again, was a manga, anime, and video games, which before this podcast started, I was trying to figure out like the last Dot Hack game. And I was way off. As Joe reminded me, there was a reload of previous Dot Hack games that was done 3 to 4 years ago. That being said, Cyber Connect 2 decided to surprise us with a new Dot Hack 0 game. And here's the trailer for it. All right, so that was the teaser trailer for Dot Hack Zero, done by CyberConnect 2 and Bandai Namco, labeled as Project Dusk. Now, I'm gonna be honest, Joe. Do we have any more information outside of that teaser trailer, or is it kind of a wait and see?
That was literally the announcement trailer. I don't know if they're rehashing their update. I don't know if they're updating the original story because we do see like Black Rose fighting somebody, and I guess that's a newer version of Kite. But I don't know if that's literally Kite. Like the only character with the same base model was Black Rose.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like we literally know nothing outside of Black Rose is back. That other dude who's I'm sure part of that original storyline, and then the newer version of Kite. It's not like we're getting Haseo back from the last 4 remakes. So I don't know anything other than that.
Oh,
but
wow.
like I said, I think this is the announcement trailer. So
this is, and the actual project start, which let me show this real quick. Because when we say there is next to nothing, there is next to nothing. This is actually the Dot Hack Zero Project Start website with the teaser trailer that we've already seen. And
that's some info.
Yeah, so we do know that we do know where the music is being handled by. We know that the project itself, Dot Hack Zero, is completely RPG that has evolved to the present while hearing the worldview of 2 aspects within the game, the virtual and the real intersect. That is all we got, because they are not saying anything about a release date, when to expect it, or none of the above. That's the entire website. Now, do not get me wrong. As a person that has no problem waiting for games, when I played Dot Hack, oh dear God, 10 years ago, I loved Dot Hack. When I was playing it, I forgot which variation of Dot Hack I was playing, but I wanted to give this a shot. I'm actually waiting to see more information, maybe hopefully some gameplay. But like I said, this is a project that is being done by the right people, so I've got no problem waiting. But Safari, Joe, what say y'all?
I'll probably watch other people play it. My Dot Hack knowledge is very minimal. I saw the show growing up. I didn't know what the hell was going on half the time. I remember there were the games where people were buying the games up whenever they would release. So I know there's an audience. I know there's a story. I just never kept up with what it was. So to see that people were like coming out the woodwork and clocking all the connections to like previous games or whatever's out there already.
Yeah.
Not sure why this franchise, but it was clearly missed. So also seeing CyberConnect 2, I think it's trying to get away from just being the Storm clone maker, which is probably the title to do it.
Oh yeah, because that's what don't get me wrong. Storm was a great game. Is still a great game, but I see your point. Joe, what say you?
I mean, I'm definitely interested. I would try to get the remakes because it's all 4 games remade. They're only 15 to 20 hours a piece each game, and they all connect to one big story. So it is worth it, and they're usually on sale like dirt cheap too. They're usually like $10 for the whole thing.
Okay.
So there's also that. I'll give it a shot because for those of you that don't remember, Dot Hack was the original Sword Art Online.
Right.
They weren't trapped. Yeah. Well, actually, sometimes they were trapped, but it was one of those, if you die in the game, you die in real life's thing.
Yeah.
And of course, it's also the dangers of AI and stuff like that, which is prophetic.
I mean, it was that in Code Lyoko, but we
haven't hit T-800s with purple laser rifles yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
It was them in Code Lyoko, but in there, if you died, you just got kicked out of the game, and then I guess you couldn't go back in. They never said what the rules were on that.
Look, I'm just mad we're not in the future where I can have a net navy.
Yeah, too.
But either way, should be interesting. So, Gorillaz has decided to go along with a new album. They actually have decided to make a short film. I don't really know what to make of it, so I'm just going to just play it.
The Gorillaz went in search of something, but something was searching for them at the top of the mountain. A journey that should have been a dream soon became a nightmare. They wanted to shoot a movie, but now they are the movie. There is no way down the mountain. At the top of the mountain, they are at the bottom of the food chain. Don't go up the mountain. It's a jungle out there.
You know what? I'm not mad about it.
They just drop a new album, or has the Mountain been a project?
So they've been releasing. They've been releasing single tracks that eventually make the full album. Then they drop the full album. And from what I understand, because I was reading into this today at the shop, this movie is using tracks that did not get used in the full album.
Okay. Although it looks like the movie itself, The Mountain, The Moon Cave, and The Sad God will be available on YouTube February 27th on their YouTube page.
Yep.
Okay, it says the album will be out on February 27th as well. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I didn't realize that the kid was a girl and was growing across every album. I was still thrown off by how we licensed Snake from the Powerpuff Girls to be a part of the band.
I was like the Jungle. That was like the Jungle Book.
Yeah, that was the Jungle Book straight up. That was the Snake and everything.
I was like, how did they get caught? And I'm like, well, I guess Disney must have. I guess either was just.
I think that's Murdoch's face. The animator that does the Gorillas is the same one that does Tank Girl.
Okay, that would explain a lot. But no, I'm. You know what? It's weird enough, and it's the Gorillas, so expect to be weirded out. So I'll give it a shot once it comes out February 27th. And I mean, the Gorillas don't make bad music; they definitely do not. But moving right along, we do have some Sonic casting news. We'll start first with Sonic the Hedgehog 4. That I forgot her name already. Dang, that's bad. Kristen Bell. There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, Kristen Bell will voice Amy on Amy Rose on Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Again, we do know that Amy Rose will be there because if you watch the mid-credits from Sonic the Hedgehog 3, you do know she's going to make an appearance on Earth, as well as Metal Sonic. So I'm gonna throw this to our Sonic expert Tafari. Is it a good casting choice? Should we be concerned, or what do you think?
I think it's fine. I mean, she did just fine as Anna in like the last 2 Frozen movies, so we know she can act. And again, I know she was like in Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Veronica Mars. What other stuff has she done that I know she was kind of prominent in? I don't want to go to IMDb Pro. How about no? Yeah, so like Paw Patrol, Frozen shorts. She was Anna in Kingdom Hearts, BoJack Horseman. She's done a lot. She's got a lot of like kid voice acting roles under her belt, so I think she'll be perfectly fine for this. Everyone's just cheering that it's not Awkwafina. That's pretty much all we're celebrating.
Ooh, boy. I you know what? I'm not gonna complain because Awkwafina. Look, I'm not knocking the actress. If they give you the work, they give you the work. But yes, you don't need to be in every doggone thing.
I'm not either, but that's where the joke started. It was just like, imagine if they cast Awkwafina for this. And it was like, hey, please don't. And then it became like the cartoon where it's like, don't say the person's name, but then you say the person's name, and then the next person's like, stop saying the name, but they say it next, and everyone's like, guys, can y'all please stop before like her name trends attached to this, and then they think that's what we want, and they end up doing it. So then everyone's like, well, now we've done it enough, they might actually cast her. So to see this, and everyone's just like, thank God. I thought we might have accidentally cursed ourselves there.
Right. But yeah, I'm not against it. Joe, what say you?
I'm down. I mean, I don't have a problem with Aquafina being somebody, but it just wouldn't fit to be Amy Rose. If anybody, I would cast Aquafina as like Styx the Badger.
I wouldn't be against it.
So now Tafara is working that in his head, is like that may
I was
work.
gonna say either Styx the Badger or Marine the raccoon, because they just seem to forget she exists.
True.
That is her version of Tails from the Soul Dimension. And Styx technically is in a different canon that doesn't exist in the main timeline unless they finally blend both. But allegedly we're getting. Oh, you got what?
I was gonna say I think they introduced her, but they just don't use her a lot.
I know they got her in the Boom universe, but they have not. They basically said Boom is its own separate thing unless she has come to the IDW comics, which I still need to.
She could be Belle.
She could be who?
Belle.
Belle.
Belle's the robotic daughter of Dr. Robotnik when he was the good guy, the Tinker, right after the Metal Virus saga.
Oh, okay. As long as she's not Sage. But yeah. Nah, she could not. That Sage is a soft, innocent child. Like a
no, not Sage. I was thinking Fire the Cat.
Yeah, no. Sage is the soft, innocent AI child we were introduced to in Frontiers. But
they'll just get Elle Fanning for that.
That too.
Which,
but
by the way, mild side note, go see Predator Badland. Elle Fanning's great in that.
Yep, now streaming on Hulu. Actually, I actually need to go back and rewatch.
I actually need to rewatch it. Yeah, that was actually we sat through it on my brother after my brother's military graduation. That was actually really good. And then don't cliffhanger to leave on. But we have Kristen Bell will be fine. I feel like we might get our own femme fatale because allegedly we're getting future time travel elements, which is the source of Amy's game.
Mm-hmm.
But based on the ending of the last movie, we don't have to do the damsel in distress story. So I'm curious if she comes from like a metal virus future, or if we see the future she comes from, and maybe we meet Silver, or we possibly fix the timeline, and then Silver comes in on some Trunks shit from a new timeline at the end of the movie. I wouldn't be surprised if we go to her future and it's her, Sally Acorn, and like Rouge the Bat running like the Resistance from Sonic the animated series. So I think Kristen Bell will be fine. I'm curious to see what direction they take the character.
Fair enough. Although I just reminded me of your Silver skit from Safari TV. It's like Silver can work. Here's I can work.
Because they introduced Blaze twice. They're like, hey, we have a soul dimension, but also she's from the future, and then just dies. And then she just comes back, and we don't ever explain why those two things happened. Yeah. Especially now that Sonic and Shadow Generations has referenced 06 twice. But the little planet from Sonic City that had the time stones is still. Apparently, it just appears on Earth once a month every year. I'm like, we just never. Apparently, his future is fixed, but it's not Solaris anymore. It's just different shit keeps happening, so he comes back in time in inexplicable ways.
I am waiting for the goofiness of the "I'm stronger than you are" shenanigans between Amy and Knuckles.
That too. I'm wanting to see the potentially child version of the toxic relationship that is him and Rouge.
Oh yeah, no, that would be hilarious.
I have really got to catch up. But that's not the only Sonic news that we do have. We actually do have a character showcase from Sonic the Hedgehog Presents the Chaotic Case Files, to where we get the debut voices of Tangle and Whisper directly from the IG page.
Guys, I'm Anitis Quinones, and I'm the voice of Whisper the Wolf, as you see here. Very cute cutie. I just wanted to share a little bit about myself and how I am a Sonic fan myself. I was a big fan of Sonic X growing up. I had the DVD. I watched it way too many times, and I have that intro very committed to memory. I can connect to Little Whisper here because I too am very quiet, and people have to strain to listen to me sometimes, so we can very much relate. in that form. Also, I can sometimes be someone of little words when I choose to be, so I definitely can relate to that. But please listen to the Chaotix Case Files on any kind of podcast platform listening thing. Yeah, listening service. It airs on Tuesdays, and check out the next episode coming up soon.
Okay, so that was the debut of Thing on Whisper the Wolf, as played by that young lady there, Nas Quiones. So has any one of us, because I'm not sure if I had a chance, I haven't had a chance to listen to these yet. Tafari, Joe, have y'all had a chance to listen to the Case Files yet?
Yeah, I've been listening to it week by week. It's actually pretty interesting. Like, I usually these don't keep my attention, but because I get the source material and everything they're referencing, it's actually pretty cool. So the way they are tying the story together, still not sure what's happening or like who the big bad is going to be or what the deal is with these items that we're hunting down. But they do a good job of narrating. Turns out the song that they are using for like the intro and outro is actually written by Rebecca Sugar from Steven, who did like all of Steven Universe and some of the best bits of Adventure Time. So it's actually a really fun listen if you get a chance. But yeah, if you don't know, she plays the Tan Girl in Dandadan, and she's actually Mirko in My Hero. So she has a solid catalog under her belt. Very happy that we get seeing comic book. This is also the first for Tangle and Whisper to actually get a voice. I think Surge is like the only big one that's not left. And then shout out to her. She is now the second black actor or actress to ever bring a character in this fandom to life behind Jaleel White. So
nice. Joe, any thoughts on that?
I haven't gotten to. Fortunately,
Okay.
it just doesn't come up on my podcast catcher, so like I can't listen to it.
I've just been going to the YouTube channel and playing it in the background when I'm like cleaning and doing stuff. But it's actually a really decent listen. And then I realized the song or the music they were just playing for the back of her video was the Station Square theme from Sonic Adventure 1.
Okay.
Yeah, she's doing a great job. I know we get Tangle and Whisper and Crossworlds next week. I don't know if they're going to be voiced at all. I would be curious to see how that goes though. So it's just kind of cool to see that like they are bringing the comic only characters to the forefront and more involved in the canon.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, I definitely will catch up on that because I actually want to listen to the Case File for myself. But moving on to Spider-Man, just because it's a brand new day, and we try not to indulge too much because, again, with Brand New Day, this is a reset for Tom Holland's character in the MCU, basically being the classic Spider-Man that we know. But this, our most recent article that comes up, I thought was interesting, and I wanted to bring it up with you guys. Someone looked at a leaked promo for Spider-Man Brand New Day and said, is Spider-Man Brand New Day an unofficial Sinister Six movie? And they're pointing this out to what they're saying as far as promos is coming out. Of course, Tarantula, Boomerang, and Scorpion, along with the Incredible Hulk, that you can see there in the actual promos. Now, again, this is all speculation. Nothing's been confirmed. They're being very hush-hush about Brand New Day, as they should. And they are definitely making sure Tom Holland doesn't say spit. So, if we were to play, fantasy director, and you got this promo as your area to work with, like your Charlie Day and It's Always Sunny, by this artwork alone, would you believe that the Sinister Six would be the first thing that they would go with in Brand New Day, or are we reaching?
I feel like I'm curious who the Sinister Six would consist of because we already got rid of Shocker. We don't know if Vulture's back, although we know who said it. Michael Keaton said he filmed Vulture stuff like years ago.
Yep.
And that was after Morbius, and we still don't know what it was for.
Right.
Unless they're just gonna like blip or poof him back into our reality, or potentially he has like something in the next Spider-Verse movie, but allegedly we're getting Mr. Negative. Hulk's involved. Scorpion's finally coming back after like a 10-year teaser that went nowhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know who else could squeeze into this film.
That's kind of where I am on that. It's like initially when I first saw this, I'm like, do you really want to have Sinister Six out the gate for Brand New Day? Because again, you are initially restarting Peter Parker's story. Just not from an origin standpoint. This is basically following what happened what happens after No Way Home. I don't necessarily believe we should have a Sinister Six. I think that there just needs to be, if you're going to have somebody, I mean, you could have Scorpion, okay, because we know that Matt Gorgon is still around somewhere in the MCU. Boomerang and Tarantula, okay, they can be nice little side villains, and of course, the Hulk being a big part of it is a whole other story itself. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Brand New Day needs a Sinister Six. I think that can be built down the line, especially with Daredevil born again, with Daredevil still battling Kingpin and that situation. And it's not to say that Vincent D'Onofrio may be in a Spider-Man universe, but let's be honest, when it comes to the Kingpin, he's bound to be somewhere. But to me, no, I don't think it needs to happen. Just stick with one main villain and just rebuild the world of Spider-Man as we know it. But Joe, your thoughts?
I really can't weigh in one way or the other. If they're doing superior foes of Spider-Man, sure. I mean, it is what it is. I have no idea what they're doing in this movie anymore. I'm just waiting for the trailer to drop at this point.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, I like the fact that we don't know. I know it's just gonna sound corny as all get out. I like the fact that we don't know. I like the fact that there's no information. I like the fact that no one can go frame by frame on something and say, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this. Go to the Russos. The Russos are giving you plenty to work with in their doomsday videos that they show you. Go pick that out. But the fact that there's nothing out there about Spider-Man Brand New Day is refreshing because, again, when that trailer comes out eventually, we know that's going to be dissected. We know it's going to be turned all the way out. But it's just nice to actually, in my opinion, look forward to a Spider-Man movie and not be spoiled in so many ways. Like I said, I just thought that was pretty cool. But speaking of spoiled, you know what? I don't know what store, and I'm talking about Resident Evil Requiem, RE9, because a store overseas, which shall not be named, although I'm pretty sure it's GameStop. They didn't say it, but I'm pretty sure it's GameStop. So there were some individuals that were able to get early copies of RE9 out there before February 27th. And of course, in grand specular fashion, the endings and what happens in the game are already leaked. So if you're like me and you're waiting to play RE9, you're like trying to avoid every social media that actually may show it. Although Capcom has already came out with a press release and said, if you do have the game, please don't spoil it. Please don't give details. We want everybody to enjoy the game once it comes out in a few days. Our legal department is basically trying to cease and desist and get every one of these videos taken down before February 27th. And let's be honest, that's an uphill battle when you're facing online. But I would just say this, guys, from a person that is ready to play the game once it comes out, and I mean ready to play the game once it comes out February 27th, damn near midnight. It just don't be a dick and spoil stuff. If you have the game, enjoy it, play it. You don't need to stream it because not everybody has access to it. You don't need to give your review on it. Not everybody has access to it. If you could just wait 7 days, then go nuts because at that point it's released. But just being a dick right now is not the best way to handle it. That's all I'm saying. And I'm asking as a Resident Evil fan that's currently right now playing the Resident Evil 4 remake, which again is beautiful. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, Resident Evil 4 remake actually saved the franchise, because if it wasn't for 4, we wouldn't actually have 5, 7, and 8, and now 9. That's just my opinion. But I'm just saying, if you got early copies of a game, you know what you could do? You can go play Reloaded. You can go play Reloaded, and Reloaded right now is $15. And the devs there, Tafari will tell you, would love for you to play it, would love for you to give your opinions on it, because right now, and Tafari, to correct me if I'm wrong, there is a wave of just negative bombing that game right now.
Yeah, it's getting wild out there. I had to set one of my stuff to like approve comments only because it was getting to be too much.
And we're just saying, like, games like Reloaded, like I said, I'm waiting to. I'm actually that's in my game backlog because I want to stream that, my first playthrough of it. But yeah, just saying, other games out there that are available for you to play, go ahead and do so. But RE9, just wait 7 days. It's not that hard. Trust me. Although whoever are the owners of those stores that release those games, get better security, please and thank you. But anything else that you want to add that out to the RE9 league, fellas?
I mean, being here before, I don't know how people get copies this early. I've seen some people get like goodie boxes and stuff, but not like the whole game. Like,
I thought that part is what mystified me. And these are physical copies, not digital.
Yeah, like my GameStop didn't get the last couple of games I picked up from them. They got the truck came in like the day or 2 days before. When is what? How far are we from like the actual release date of this game?
Say it one more time.
When does this game actually come out?
February 27th.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know how they got their copies this early, unless Capcom was just on top of it like that.
I don't know, because I know like you said, for most video game distributions, they usually wait the day before, sometimes 2 days before the release. Just because it's overseas, they may have a different way of getting games out. But like I said, just don't be a dick and spoil it. But Joe, anything else you want to add?
You know, usually the ones that give out the games and spoil stuff like that are the mom and pop shops. But by this point, with everything being connected online so much, I figured it may not be consoles, because consoles usually time lock stuff like that, but they could be on PC. So who's to say?
That too. And like I said, I give that thought too, as far as where it may come from. But again, like I said, February 27th is the official release date for Resident Evil Requiem. Again, if you downloaded it, it'll be available pretty much after midnight. And of course, depending on where you got the game, whether it's GameStop, Amazon, or all the above, you'll be able to enjoy it then. But for those that got it early, lucky you, please don't spoil it. Also, this was news that came out today, and I don't know how to feel about it. This is news directly from Microsoft gaming CEO, the CEO of Microsoft as far as the gaming department, Phil Spencer, the guy that has been there since Halo, since Game Pass, since the first Xbox 360, and now Series S and X, is retiring. And here's also the crazy part, which again, Phil Spencer's been there for, I want to say, damn near 40 years, if memory serves me right. Understandably, he's ready to retire from his position as gaming CEO of Microsoft. Sarah Bond, who was the VP, who was the president, who was supposed to, in a lot of ways, basically take his job, has also resigned. I wanted to look into it as far as why she resigned. I thought that she was basically going to take Phil Spencer's job and be CEO, but she has resigned. So the new CEO, their name is Asha Sharma. They are currently the president of Microsoft's Core AI product, while Xbox Game Studio head Matt Booty is being promoted to Chief Content Officer and will work closely with the new CEO. Now, again, I'm not mad at Phil Spencer. The guy did his time. You know, he had some wins. He had some losses as CEO of Xbox. Did an all right job, if you're asking me. But it's just odd that Sarah Bond, who I thought was going to be the next CEO, like I said, we don't know the reason why she resigned. We don't actually have it at this time of the podcast. I'll have to do some research in it throughout the week and get a more dignified answer. But is it a problem that the former head of the AI program for Microsoft is now about to be the gaming CEO? And they have no gaming experience as far as from what was told. And at the same time, this is a weird transition for Xbox. People are dropping Game Pass because Game Pass is, well, expensive for no reason. When you really think about Xbox, there's not a lot of exclusive console games anymore. And at the same time, we're not seeing any more consoles beyond X and S. So can we say that Microsoft is maybe transitioning the way of Sega, or is it something else?
I'm not sure what the hell's happening. And that girl was directly underneath him that left, and she was only there. She was there for how long?
4 years.
I would say, I feel like we just were talking about her getting the job.
Yeah, she got the job.
Well, that's the reason.
Oh, what for both of them, or just Phil?
No, Phil effectively immediately retired because he was forcibly retired.
Okay.
Sarah Bond left because she was not given Phil's position.
Damn.
Okay, that's what, fair. I was like that. I'm like, are we hitting Norman Osborn territory? Like, is it how much I sacrificed, or what's going on?
So damn. So she was not. Well, you would think that she would be the shoe-in.
Well, yeah. If you're someone's successor and then they just give the job to some rando out of I'd probably leave too. Like,
I agree. I fully agree with that.
So Phil was forced to step down, or what happened?
I can only think that because they're going a different direction. Because the way Microsoft is going, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Phil wanted to go one way, and they wanted to go another way, and I think he just got tired of fighting it.
Again, he was forcibly retired because we have to keep in mind Xbox is the least profitable sector of Microsoft.
Right.
Every time the public saw Phil, it was to apologize because they were underperforming.
Right.
I mean, I made a joke earlier on Blue Sky. One of my people I follow is like, Phil will write a book. I guarantee. It's like, yes, and in several months he'll come out to apologize for the poor performance of the book.
But it's still crazy that now that we know that Sarah Bond was not getting the CEO position, like we said, we understand why she resigned. But again, you're giving the CEO position to someone who may not be the right person to right the ship. Because like we said, Xbox right now, as Joe, as you said, is not profitable. People are dropping Game Pass. Sales for Xboxes are not as high as they used to be. And at the same time, with the Steam machine rearing its ugly head, that might be the end for Xbox. So that's what makes me think that Xbox may just be like Sega, because Sega stopped making consoles. They didn't stop making games, but they stopped making consoles and just focused on titles. I think Xbox is going to do the same, because with all those acquisitions of game studios, which they only got them for the IPs. You only got the game studios for the IPs. Then you cut the game studios. Then you gutted your employees that you had on the payroll, because ultimately all you wanted was the IPs. So now it's just like, do we have faith in Xbox, or it's just a matter of time before Xbox just becomes Sega? Because that's the way I feel. It's like, what's the point of buying another Xbox game if it's just going to wind up being on Steam or PlayStation? Because again, there's no such thing as Xbox exclusives anymore.
I don't know. I don't like this direction. Again, I guess Phil was ousted by the team of Oscorp before they bring in. I'm not saying it's a hostile takeover, but the fact they just threw this chick in his place.
Yeah.
And now I can tell Homegirl's not about to sit there and be told what to do, especially with this person's like a chief AI person. I don't know what they're doing. It does not feel like this is going to be for the better of the program, though.
I mean, that's what I get out of that. But like I said, I just don't. I see more of just expecting a sinking ship than trying to save one. But Joe, any other thoughts you want to put on share about the Microsoft changeover and change regime?
I find it hilariously ironic that the finale of their flagship game was about an AI going corrupted and rogue, and now we have the leader of their AI corp running the branch.
That is fair. Although on the bright side, I am looking forward to the next Mighty Keith skit because I'm pretty sure he's coming up with something.
It's either going to be this or Pokemon. It's going to be one of the two.
He might go for the daily double and go for both, but either way, we'll see. Although Xbox isn't alone, PlayStation's in the news as well as they shut down Blue Point Games. Now, again, this studio was responsible for the remake of Shadow of Colossus and Demon Souls. And supposedly, and I say supposedly with a heavy asterisk, supposedly was in line to do the Bloodborne game. Now, because Blue Point is basically being shut down, that does kind of put a damper on any remakes that we're expecting. Of course, right now there is no other plans because Blue Point Studios was working on a live service God of War game. Thankfully, that was shish kebab because nobody wants a live service God of War game. Nobody asked for that. Although the God of War remake trilogy that we talked about, welcome that all day, but not a live service one. So this is just, I guess, like I said before, this is just the after effects of Sony and Microsoft just buying up all these studios, and now because they spent so much money thinking they were going to recoup their losses, now they're just cutting studios off just because they're trying to save their bottom lines. Now, again, for a lot of people like Demon Souls, I'm like, yeah, Demon Souls is fun. If without Demon Souls, you would not have Elden Ring. I'm just going to be honest with you. You wouldn't have games like Elden Ring. You wouldn't have games like Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. You wouldn't have the more challenging games. I won't call them Souls-like because Souls-like is just a terrible way of saying it's a different way to play. Those games force you to learn to play differently. You can't just hack and slash your way through stuff. There does have to be some strategy. But it is sad that another game studio is closing, and I think in this one, I think there was 70 employees are going to be impacted. So nobody likes losing their job. When losing your job, it sucks. And now 70 people are going to be finding new employment, which we hope that they do. But is it just a sign of the times, fellas, that with all these purchases that were done in the past, now they're just shedding weight, now that a lot of the big three are just shedding studios at this moment?
I mean, it sucks. I looked it up. They did the God of War collection, Demon Souls, the Nathan Drake collection, the Metal Gear Solid collection, the port for all PlayStation Battle Royale, the 360 version of Titanfall. And that version, that Shadow of the Colossus remake, that was actually my first time playing the game. That was one of the first platinums I got on PlayStation. And the fact that they went the extra mile, because I guess that I didn't know that there was like this discolored door that had started a cult in the PS2 version, and they actually like made something out of that and had like a whole secret chamber you could go to. So it's unfortunate. I know it's a small team. And they're kind of just the guys who do remakes and remasters, but hopefully they find work elsewhere. I don't really know why they got canned.
Same here. Joe, any thoughts?
They probably just didn't have anything to do and got shut down for it because they got done with their latest project and didn't have anything in the horizon.
Yeah, but still, that just sucks. It really does. But like I said, I just think these acquisitions just led to the fact that they just got bloated and they're not just cutting weight. But we'll see. The last little bit of news before we get to our television anime reviews. Sony.
I do have one more gaming thing that came up recently. Sorry to interrupt. Highguard got outed recently. Did you guys see this?
I heard a little bit about it. I didn't look into it. What's going
So
on over there?
Highguard was supposed to be an indie studio thing. It got found out that they were being funded by Tencent and masquerading as an indie game.
What?
Wait, which company?
Tencent.
I kept hearing that name and wasn't sure why it kept coming up. And then didn't they just lay off people on the Highguard team too?
Oh, that game's about 2 weeks away from shutting down entirely because like everybody's just like jumping ship, and this did no favors to them. I tried it out a couple days ago for like a good solid 2 hours. Like, this is fine, but every other game does what this is trying to do, just better.
Yeah, I've heard Highguard is just another. It's not bad. It's just another entry. But at the same time, I've heard like it seems like behind the scenes they're slowly yanking all the support for the game. It's like,
yeah, if you go to the Highguard website, I don't even know if that thing's functional anymore.
Give me a second.
It seems like they've already got a skeleton crew. It's like when the JV team does too well and they start yanking the best players to go play on the varsity guys.
Pretty much.
Well, it's still there.
Try news.
And again, I feel like if you had just put it out there instead of making it the game award closer, it would have been received so much better because you put it on a pedestal it didn't ask to be on.
Yeah, the developer says like right out the gate, we were a joke. It's like, well, you guys were in a position you shouldn't have been in the Game Awards.
So yeah, so far it looks like
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I look they're showing off a new person, but yeah. Like I said before, when I played Highguard, it was different. I'll admit that. It was different. It was interesting. Was there a lot of things that need to be a lot more spit and polish? Yes. Do I think it's a bad game? No. Do I think that it should not have gotten the last, this is the great spot in the Game Awards? Probably not. It really should have been more of a developer spotlight or a indie spotlight. Because when we said this, when you put games in that last slot, or you put those games where Jeff is just hyping this up, and you get this, and it's not what we wanted, because like me and Safari keep saying, Titanfall 3, you could just give us Titanfall 3 and we'd be freaking happy. But we know we weren't getting that. So again, a lot of high expectations for the last slot of a video game award show, and you give us honestly a half-done game. So it's one of those, it could have been better situations, but again, I know they are cutting. I know the team behind Highguard has cut their staff, and like Joe said, it just might be on its last legs towards shutdown. It might be, but either way, like I said, it's sad because I kind of wish different. I wish this was given an indie look and not a this is going to be great look, because there's just way too much anticipation behind the game that's just not ready for it. But that's just my opinion. But
yeah, I don't want to say it's going to go the route of Concord. It feels like everyone gave it a fair shot. I don't know, man. It feels like, I don't want to say they were set up for failure, but it's.
Oh, I'll say it. They were set up for failure. That was. I'm gonna be honest. That was so set up for failure, because the game just simply wasn't ready. It wasn't ready. It was too much like Overwatch. It's Overwatch with a goal. That's it. It's just Overwatch with an additional goal. That's about the best way I could put it. But either way, we'll definitely keep up with it and see. Before we get to our Toy Story 5 trailer, because they keep making Toy Story movies, this one was interesting as well. Sony is apparently believing if you can't succeed, keep trying. They want to move forward with a Venom animated movie with the same people that did Final Destination Bloodlines. I'm not sure how I feel about this. They said that what are they calling this? Lethal Protector story. So in the early stages, it does have some notable names already behind the scenes. And it looks like Zach Lipowski and Adam B. Those are the guys that directed Final Destination Bloodlines. Will be directing feature length animation. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Do we really need an animated Venom movie?
If it's not doing something for the story, if it's just an excuse to talk about, I'm blanking on the guy who played Eddie,
Tom Hardy.
If it's just another excuse to put Tom Hardy and Tom Hardy together again, no. Like, unless it's going to explain that goop that got away in No Way Home, and you're just trying to cash in on that franchise that you like bastardized. Because, Null is just up there like prison posing in that chair still, and that amounted to nothing.
Pretty much.
So I don't see the need for it. Like,
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see it. I really don't see it just because, don't get me wrong, Sony, I enjoyed all 3 Venom movies. Yes, they all had issues, but I still enjoyed them. I'm not sure where you're going to go with an animation movie, because in Venom: The Last Dance, we really should have had Null. You had Null. It was right there. You could have gave us the King in Black. You really could have. And for reasons beyond my comprehension, Sony, you didn't. Even teasing that a part of Venom is now in the MCU, and I guess we'll find Tom Holland Spider-Man. But it's just that my thing is, I don't see a reason. Because if you didn't do Null, where does Eddie Brock's story go from here? Because that's the problem I'm running into. Because unless this is going to have nothing to do with the current timeline that they're trying to say from The Last Dance, if this is just a standalone Venom movie that's going to be animated, where really do you go from here? And I'm just being honest. That's going to be
like separation anxiety, the madness, toxin.
the
There's
chick
like
who
a
got
good chunk of things we can do.
The chick who got away at the end, that's probably never gonna come back for anything with her symbiote.
I'm just saying, if it's solid enough to be on a story on its own, because like I said, it may follow their current timeline. It may just be a standalone movie on its own. But just all that aside, could you actually sit down and expect a animated Venom movie from Sony?
Yes, especially because it's easier to get away with things you can't do in real life in live action movies. This could be much more in line with stuff like Primal.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just looking for a reason to put that animated Spider-Verse team to work, because you should have put K-pop Demon Hunters in theaters, and now you're having you're counting all the money you missed on that. But
don't get me started, because they actually canceled
Batman Beyond.
No, there was another thing that they were doing that they canceled, where it was a Vietnamese or Thai movie in the same vein as K-pop Demon Hunters, and they canceled it.
Sounds about
They don't believe that it would have. I don't know what studio it was. It may have been Sony. It may not have. We can look into that next episode and talk about that, because that's like a whole thing. So
see, that's what I'm saying. Like, Sony has these moments, especially with Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, where okay, you did great with that, and now that I think about it, Joe, you got a point. If the same people that did Into the Spider-Verse did Venom, okay, no problem. I could see that. But again, we're expecting Sony to do the right thing. And let's be honest, what are they, like 1 for 5 on decisions? Actually,
well, let me put it to you this way. I haven't seen Kazuhiro Hirai, who doesn't work there anymore. I'm just pulling a name out of my ass from Sony from back in the day. No one's come out on stage and apologized to us yet, unlike Xbox. So, if they give us a really good direct. Oh, which by the way, we also need to remember next Friday is also the Pokemon 30th Direct.
Yeah, we got a special. I was gonna talk about it, but like all we got was an announcement for Fire Red and Leaf Green coming to. I think you can buy it, or it's going to the catalog. I didn't bother to pay attention.
You can buy it. It's $20, which is fine. I'm not thrilled that I have to pay for it, but I'm also expecting the reason you're paying for it is because it has online battling and trading functionality. I don't know. I'm guessing. But $20 is a little much for something that old, but so that should naturally be put on the Game Boy Advance for free anyways.
Yeah. Well, either way, it should be interesting. But speaking of interesting, because we, like I said, we do have two things that we did bring up. We're gonna bring up. We did get a teaser trailer, another teaser spot for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and I think this is gonna show a little bit more Yoshi. Let's give it a shot and see.
Mamma mia. Finish this, Lou.
Rated PG. Only in theaters April 1st.
So what's funny is if you pause it like right at that second scene. So yeah, almost
like literally the beginning.
So
literally
right
at the beginning.
So when not the beginning, but if he goes right and scrolls a little bit to the right, and like right when it transitions into that next after this, when they're all looking at the star. So
right there.
So apparently, I don't know if you can go back like a millisecond. On the left, people are thinking that might be Fox.
You know what? I just hang on.
Because that looks so that looks like his blaster, his armor, his outfit.
That is Fox.
Well, we can't say for sure, but more than likely.
Well, I'm sorry. Let me not say Fox. I'm saying it's a member of Fox. It's a member of Fox.
It could be Fox. It could be James. It could be it could be Peppy for all we know. But a Galaxy movie would be the best place to introduce the Smash universe. But everybody has been seeing this new TV spot and thinking we could be getting introduced to other Nintendo properties, but they just exist on other planets, maybe.
Let it be James McLeod, just so that answers that where the hell did his dad go mystery.
That his dad just happened to wind up in the same galaxy as Mario. I mean, it would work.
Oh my! Imagine it's James. It's the original Star Fox. So it's James McLeod.
Mm-hmm.
It's James, Peppy, Pigma, and I forget who else was in the original group.
Well, the original was James, Peppy, Falco, Peppy, and the Frog. Shoot.
No.
Because remember, his dad had a team.
His dad's squadron.
Oh, right.
Was it not Wolf?
No, I guess it was just only 3 members. It was James, Peppy, and Pigma, and then Pigma betrayed both of them and got James. That would be crazy, though, if they gave us James. And it's like, and we see that's his team. And it's like, yeah, we're off to go fight Andros. And we're like, yep, we know how this ends.
Yeah, that's right. Because James, Peppy, and Pigma. So yeah, Pigma did. Yep, you're right. Yeah, because Pigma did betray him.
Yeah, Fox said, I learned from my father's mistakes. I'm getting 4 people in a robot.
Oh, now I want to play Star Fox 64 again. But no,
I mean, I would be okay if we lead into a Star Fox series because it feels like they don't know what to do with that IP, and it just sits there. Like we have not had a Switch entry. We have not had an entry into Star Fox officially in 2 console generations.
I'm honestly disappointed in Nintendo because we've had a Metroid. We're obviously going to have a Zelda. Zelda is a given in any chance. We got
a live action movie coming out.
Yeah.
We got a live action Zelda. I'm just shocked that Fox has got nothing because usually Nintendo doesn't really feed the side games too much, but they're going all in with this these hack and slash Dynasty Warrior Zelda games. This Age of Calamity and Age of Corruption stuff. They are full send with that.
But that was the thing that was like Fox we haven't seen a Fox game since what, the GameCube version of Fox?
Wii U.
Star Fox Zero, where
there we go. That's what I was thinking.
I think was just the Star Fox 64 again, but they just tried to force the motion controls.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem with the Star Fox game is they continuously tell the same story over repeatedly.
And it can be different. It should be different. Honestly, it should be different because Switch definitely does deserve a Fox game. It does.
Like Star Fox Command did a good job of kind of giving everyone like wraps to their story.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is it was a top-down Arwing game, and I don't know anyone who played it, but like you get endings where Fox marries Crystal and has a kid. I think Falco and Cat get together. You get a bunch of different endings from that game, and it's just like it's sad you landlocked this on the DS only.
Yeah.
Because clearly the writers for it cared a lot, but then Zero came in. It's like, all right, we're gonna take these jank ass, and I believe a lot of the Wii U games, like during their live displays at like E3, were like fucking up. And if I remember correctly, I think Star Fox Zero is literally like 2.5 hours long. It does not take long to beat. Looks pretty, plays like ass.
So, dear Nintendo, please give us another Star Fox game. Please and thank you. Especially with the fact of how good it would look on a Switch right now. But again, that's just my 2 cents. But outside that, Toy Story 5 has given us a new... I'm sorry, I'm going to be honest. Toy Story should have stopped after 3. But
I know, we didn't need these other 2.
With that being said, if you're waiting on another Toy Story, you are getting one. Here is Toy Story 5, or at least the trailer for it.
Do you, Forky, to Karen Beverly to be your beloved bride?
Yeehaw! I now pronounce you husband and knife. Who poisoned the maid of honor?
Bonnie, there's a package for you.
Oh, thank you.
Hi there, I'm Lily Pad. Let's play.
Extinction! Not again!
Bonnie, screen time's over now.
Okay.
I want to talk to you, device.
Please, call me Lily.
Me and the toys have been working all summer to try and get Bonnie to make friends.
Yeah.
But then you had to ruin it. You're not even listening to me.
I'm always listening. See?
Now look here, me and the toys have been working all summer.
No, in Spanish.
Con los gemelos Jordan, al otro lado.
What?
Yeah, I got dibs on behind the dresser.
Woody! Jesse, hello?
Is it as bad out there for toys as they say it is?
We're finding more abandoned toys each day.
We're down! Tex invaded our house, too.
I don't know, Jesse. Toys are for play, but tech is...
That's for everything.
I'm losing Bonnie to this device.
You got a friend in me.
Woody!
Came here as fast as I could.
Why are you wearing a dress, Woody?
It's called a poncho, Forky.
Oh! Someone needs a brown marker.
Halt! Who goes there? Whoa! I come in peace.
It's been too long, cowboy.
What are you, some sort of old man toy?
What?
She thinks you're old because you're bald, Woody.
Bonnie needs help from someone at least from the same century. So long, toys.
We're gonna need backup. No way. She's getting away, boss! Our mission on this planet is to make a child happy.
You just remember what your past is.
Bonnie still needs us. Come on, Bullseye!
But you stay here. I'm going with them. You don't think I can do it?
No!
Nice poncho.
It's good to see them fighting again.
It sure is.
Now, I will say this. Yes, this is directed to kids. Yes, this is art imitating real life because I think some kids are just attached to their screens. But this is Toy Story 5. Of course, guys, comes out June 19th. And let's be honest, Apple has entered the chat. I'm indifferent. Like I said, Toy Story for me should have ended after 3. But, you know, Pixar said if you can't beat them, resurrect them, give them a different story, and make a new movie. I would probably watch this with the kids, but honestly, kids watching screens is exactly what my household is right now. But fellas, any thoughts?
It feels like so there's a short I think you got with Toy Story 3, or it's on Disney Plus. It's called The Toys That Time Forgot. There's literally a whole thing where this dude gets one of Bonnie's friends, which she has friends already, so I don't know what that's about.
Mm-hmm.
One of Bonnie's friends gets like this ultra mega like dino playset, and it's like an entire universe or whatever. And then they abandon it to go play video games because they're addicted to video games. And then eventually the toys kind of set up the little play world, and then they're just like, video games will be here later. We can play with toys. So we did this in short form already. It looks like they've at least learned from the last movie, and this will keep my attention. I still don't feel like this was needed. I might change my mind if I see it. It looks more interesting than the fourth one did to me off rip. So you have my attention at least.
I mean, I can see it for the kids, but I'm just like, you're fighting technology now, Woody. Bald-headed Woody at that. So at least they're keeping it age appropriate. But Joe, what do you think?
Is Key and Peele and Keanu Reeves going to be in this? Because Tim Allen ain't the draw he used to be.
Probably not.
He's not, and I hope they don't reduce him to like what was Buzz being an idiot in the last? Like, what was that shit about? Like that was kind of annoying.
It was one of those. Let's show that he's not ready for leadership, which is why Jesse's the leader of the group.
Yeah, I guess it just like it. I think that's also kind of annoying about that movie. It's like so Buzz is just a dumbass. Like we're just reducing him to that. But is able to give a heartfelt speech in the blink of an eye, apparently. So I don't know. He's the motivator guy.
He's not Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. He's Buzz Lightyear, Toy Wonder.
Very much.
But barely he's about to lead all of Star Command in this movie because the army of Buzzes is back, I guess. So
I guess it's just like I said. Yeah. Maybe it's one of those movies you just have to watch, and maybe you get it. But I just know from that standpoint, I just don't see it. Not to say that for a lot of parents, you know. Again, I'm in that group. I know it's far out being an uncle. He's in that group.
I'm willing to be proven wrong. It's just y'all let me down so much with the last one. I am all the skeptical.
Yeah, but either way, I guess we'll come to find out June 19th. So. With that being said, fellas, we're going to go on to TV and anime reviews. Unfortunately, this week has been a little bit on the busy side for me, so I got nothing as far as updates. Tafari, what say you about stuff that I know you were kind of, in mid-moving, so were you able to catch up on anything this week?
Yeah, apparently we just straight up have Prince and My Hero Vigilantes now, so that's just the thing?
I have got to go watch that episode when I get a chance.
I don't read the manga, but apparently we are skipping around a major arc to tell this flashback of the unfortunate death of Shirakumo, who we know becomes Kurogiri in the main series. Shirakumo is basically, I don't want to say he's Goku, but he's basically Wukong.
Yeah.
With the cloud powers and the flying Nimbus and the power pole. Which I know they kind of set it up next episode with they showed his he gave the goggles to Aizawa, and that was kind of like the group thing was they all wore shades or glasses or goggles. We see the goggles are broken. We see Prince is down for the count, so Pimp down, Pimp in distress. It's very much hitting on the emotional beats already. We see Miss Midnight was legally required to wear clothes. So they put legislation against her to put on an actual hero fit. Fire Force is very much getting more blatant. I haven't caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm like 2 weeks behind. Fire Force is picking up with Arthur, which I'm pretty sure Arthur is just going to straight up create Excalibur at this point because they're basically selling it on the imagination of the community is what is going to be pushing the world forward.
Yeah.
Also, I got put onto this new show because of a meme I saw. It's called Nichijou My Ordinary Life. It's like some borderline chibi show, but it's just like these high school kids and just goofy Shin-chan kind of shenanigans. So I'm a few episodes in. I don't know what's going on. There's like a chick who's a robot trying to live a normal life with another student. It's just turn your brain off fun. And then Primal has been gearing up. It's great. And I'm surprised that the thespian voice actors they have brought in to speak what I believe is, it's not Arabic. I want to say it's Swahili. It's some kind of Middle Eastern dialect. But mostly just a lot of grunts and roars. And the fact that we got Deborah Wilson, Phil Lamar, and our friend Trey Mosley to come in and do voices for that. Interesting. We see the gangs back together after they killed off all the extras because I guess they could only afford them for so much.
Yeah.
They're still trying. Spears kind of getting his mind back. He remembers who these girls are. The Dino nephews recognize him. Fang is kind of the last holdout because she's an animal. She's also being very protective, like a pet of Mira, who is due to give birth any day now. And she is just rejecting of her best friend coming back from the dead since she watched him die. She was at his funeral. And then the zombie plague virus from season 1, which definitely scarred her. So she's refusing to accept anything that smells like death, but they are still on this mission to save these villagers from like Pumbaa's evil cousins from the Lion King after we just killed off the rest of Rafiki's clan. So yeah, Primal is geared up to be a good one. If you haven't, please go watch it. Our friends are in it. A lot of seasoned veteran voice actors are in that show. You have to listen for the grunts to tell who is who, but it's interesting. And then I'm getting my free time figured out. I might pick up Go-Go Loser Ranger again because I feel like the second half of season 1 came out and they just didn't tell anybody.
Very much. At least that's how I felt. But yeah, that definitely going to be interesting. All right, Joe, what about you? Any updates on TV and anime review this week?
Kamen Rider Zet's got his Ultra Super Saiyan 1 form. So he's basically super buff Trunks, unbelievably strong, can't hit anything that moves faster than a breeze. That's going to be leading into his final form, I guarantee it. We literally also are getting a 5th Lord Rider who literally looks like he's from Monster Hunter with his armor. Kamen Rider Dawn. No idea who it is. We're only seeing artwork of it right now, but it's confirmed that is true. We also got to see Zetz's confirmed final form, which may be coming in March or April, one of the two. This show came out. Gavin, we have spaceships.
Nice.
Although Joe's review is available on the Give It podcast right now. He did actually give a review of the toys unboxing. So it is available on our YouTube
page.
Yeah,
sometimes you might have the one people are looking for.
Right.
Honestly, it's not bad. I dig the Megatron arm cannon.
Nice.
It's loud as hell.
Where were the Autobots when Shia LaBeouf was getting jumped this weekend?
Also, I like that the little Halo Gears have a butt.
Why?
And an even angrier butt.
Why?
I don't know, dude. I'm not the one making these toys.
I know. It's just when you brought it up, I'm just like, why? What? Somebody had to sit there and go. You know what will be great if it had a butt. and someone had to approve it.
Everyone needs a butt.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't interrupt you.
The new Space Sheriff Gavin came out. Very solid episode. I talked about it with Shadow over on Toku Tuesdays for Raindrops, which we may have to figure out a different name for that show, considering there are no more Rangers to op.
Yeah.
At least until that thing. Armor Swords, which is the Disney take on Korean Sentai, finally dropped, where it's not quite Power Rangers, but not quite Dino Rider.
Oh, that one knockoff?
It's not a knockoff. I mean, it's a legit adaptation of a Korean series.
It just looks off. But I know what you're talking about, though.
Well, because they're literally riding dinosaurs, they just shove armor on. So it's just Dino Riders. It's literally just Dino Riders.
Okay.
That is okay. It's fine. It's not harming anybody. It's perfectly adequate to watch. Sentenced to be a Hero is still firing on all cylinders, like constantly.
I need to catch up on that.
What else am I watching on there? Let me look. Digimon Beat Break is going so well. Someone is trafficking Digimon, and then they realize midway through the episode, like, wait, for Digimon to spawn, they need a human. So whoever's doing this is also human trafficking. So they got to solve that. Also, that episode has a tie-in with HoloLive. The Japanese VTuber Idol Corporation. One of their VTubers did the voice of Tinkermon. So props to them. What else am I watching? I watched so many different things. New Ronin Warriors. New Ronin Warriors was really interesting. They pulled off something from Final Fantasy VIII in this episode.
That's saying a lot.
Yep. They were now in the arc of let's go get the White Inferno armor. And they actually answer the question of where the hell is that little kid from the original series? They answer that question.
Okay.
It is not what you think.
No, that's fair.
Other than that, what else do I got? Scum of Brave is still doing good. Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider. It's now the training arc for the Yakuza guy, who is a Shocker member, because now he's going against Shocker as well. So Tojima takes him over to see the V3 do. Now they're training in the woods.
Okay.
So punching trees and doing shirtless pull-ups on 1,000 shirtless pull-ups on tree branches. As
Okay.
one does. Farron is just good. Farron is Farron. I don't really need to want to go into it any more than just that, but because that series is just so good, it doesn't need to be spoiled. Fire Force, continuously good. Someone made a cameo. I won't say who, but someone definitely made a cameo.
I was going to say, I need to rewatch it because whatever there is this episode, I feel like I didn't catch it. I just kind of had a feeling Arthur was going to rock Buddy's shit mid-conversation. And sure enough...
and I think last episode, someone also made a cameo, and we just aren't really sure. But yes, 2 cameos from something.
Well, I know we got Excalibur last week.
Well, I was trying to allude to that.
Well, no, because I think I said it last week. I was like, that was straight up Excalibur or toy Excalibur that, and I'm blanking on Little Buddy's origin with the comedic tape over the forehead. I forget what that is about.
Oh yeah, I still got cat. I know what you're talking. I know the guy you're talking about, the Holy Order. I just can't think of his name to save my life right now.
It's the kid I think we rescued from the White Clad, because you know the apothecary man with the helmet was a demon, was like a villain in season 1 and was kind of tormenting all the red. I guess he had something against gingers because it's him and the redheads and that kid versus him. And everyone was like, "Oh, he did stuff to us," and I'm like, "I remember you two. I don't remember what he did to this kid." But
if
yeah,
they're Catholic, we know.
No, that was Joker. That was Joker got the worst backstory of that entire show. I'm like, that guy getting carved up immediately after that flashback. I'm like, you got off light.
That is fair.
Yeah, but this week's episode, we got another cameo from somebody. I'm just not saying who, but if you know where to look, he's there.
No, that's fair. But all right. Like I said, I didn't actually get a chance to catch up on TV anime for me, so this weekend is going to be
like I still got to watch the new episode of Starfleet Academy.
Oh yeah,
I've been trying to catch up on that one because I checked out the first episode. Actually, good shit. Actually,
it really is. Like so many people dislike it, and I think it's because this has DS9 syndrome, where they don't really go anywhere a whole lot, but when they do, it's really epic.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, it's mostly centered in one area.
Hey, Lainey.
Hey, Lainey. And then
yeah.
Invincible just rolled out their schedule, which Amazon again with the 3-episode drops, which I think this is going to segue us right into The Boys' final season.
Which episode is the SA episode?
I don't know. There's going to be a weird group of freaks fucking cheering when that shit launches. I already know.
Yeah, because with March 18th,
I really wonder if they're going to show that, or they're just going to like.
Oh, I think they're going
to do it and then gently pass it by.
No,
or I think what they could do is because this is the only part in the comics that I'm like, so y'all just didn't talk about that because Cecil, you're always watching. So like, did you and the entire agency just like sit there and let that happen? But I could also see it starts to happen. She starts tearing at his clothes, and Cecil. It cuts to Cecil, and there's like, just cut the cameras off. Like there's just everyone out, turn it off.
That's what makes me think. I'm thinking that's going to happen.
And then we come back to Mark just less of a man.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to end up happening. But as you guys can see, March 18th gives us the first 3 episodes, and then the 25th, April 1st, April 8th, April 15th, April 22nd. Like Tafara said, this is basically leading into the boys' final season because
that's going to be out on April 8th. So there's going to be a small window where those greatness will be out at the same time for both.
Yeah. But either way, however they're going to do that scene, and the scene we're talking about, guys, let's just say Mark is not going to be the same. I'm just going to leave. We're just going to leave it at that. You want to find out? Read the book because Mark ain't going to be the same after that one. But with that being said, guys, again, we're just going to go ahead and go straight into our comic polls of the week. Before we do that, we do want to shout out Rick's Comic City. Again, if you are in the Middle Tennessee location, they have the #1 go-to place for comic books, for mangas, for anime, for pop culture, you name it, they have it. 2 locations, Nashville and Clarksville, Tennessee, and of course, their website, rickscomiccity.com. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. It's always a fun trip whenever we go there. That being said, if you are not in the Middle Tennessee area, guys, please support your local comic book stores. Support your local libraries. Support your indie artists because we say it all the time. There are so many artists out there. We just recently got to talking about Stephanie Williams on Blurred's Eye View, who did issues 29 and 30 of Wonder Woman, which again is one of the ones that she actually co-written on. Again, great. But you always want to support comics like Midnight Comics, Concrete Comics, Wingless Comics. I can keep going down the entire list. But again, support the indie artists, support the comic book writers, support the writers. Just support. That's all we're saying. But Joe, I do see that you have the comics up, sir. So whenever you're ready.
Yep. We are looking at Titans number 32. This is a DCKO tie-in. This is written by John Layman. Art and colors by Pete Woods. Letters, Wes Abbott. This is the finale of the current run on Titans. Terra's in Gem World with holding the Titans capturing crystals. All the kids from the previous DCKO time, meaning Fairplay, Mr. Terrific's kid, Connor, Leanne, the daughter of Arsenal come in and help save the day. And the Titan book ends. It's going to be relaunched soon under the New Titans, which is a team of young heroes led by, of all people, Jason Todd. God help those children. We don't know what's going on. What's up?
Oh, that's going to be so interesting.
Those poor children.
Yeah.
Yep. This issue was fine. I actually was kind of hoping the team of like Fair Play, Static, Stargirl, John Kent, Mr. Terrific's kid, Fair Play and whatnot. I thought they and the Boom, Jay Garrett's daughter, were going to be the New Titans, but apparently that's not the case. We'll definitely look at the New Titans book when it comes out, but yeah, this is finale of the current run of Titans. It's fine.
Yep.
Wonder Woman 30. This is written by Stephanie Williams, art by Jeff Spokes, and Eris, the goddess of Discord, continues to try and make all the Amazons fight each other so she can take control of Wonder Woman's baby. Unfortunately for her, mom's 20 minutes alone time is over, and apparently Eris is weak to the baby because the baby has no real concept of discord or malice, and she's a pure innocent baby, and that's what helps defeat her.
Yep.
And then this is our lead into the Wonder War.
Yep. This was the book that I was talking about that was written by Stephanie Williams. Again, it's a nice 2-part story. No complaints, but I hope this leads to Williams and other writers getting more chances with Wonder Woman and other characters. Although, again, like I said, beautiful book. Should read it if you haven't already have.
Yep. I kind of tossed this one in because I forgot that this was coming out. Hopefully you guys did peek at this. I know Demetrius was talking about this too, the Dakota incident. This is our Black History Month comic. This is New History of DC. This is written in multiple parts because this is a big book. Like, this is a big book. This Act 1 is written by Joseph P. Illidge with art by Valentine de Lorando, colors by Marissa Louise. Act 2 is written again by Stephanie Williams, pencils by Carlos Paglen and Stephanie Segova, inks by Jason Pax, and colors by John Calise. Act 3 is written by Morgan Hampton. Art is by Fico Ocio, and colors by Ulysses Ariola. Prologue and epilogue are written by Nicholas Depper-Ivy. Art by Edwin Gauman, and colors by Andrew Dollhouse. Story of Consultation by Mark Wade. The only thing that surprises me is they do not credit Dwayne McDuffie in this lineup, and that is super weird to me.
Well, there's kind of a reason behind this. I haven't read it yet, but unfortunately, just because with the Dakota incident, there were some pages that were leaked ahead of time, which again is terrible that those pages did get leaked and that they did find themselves.
Was it previewed?
Huh?
Was it leaked or previewed?
Leaked, because that's part of what Demetrius's video was about. Because some of the people in our group know some of the people working on it, and they are pissed because it was like, I guess, put out publicly ahead of time without warning, and it was just out. It had sat there for a while, and then they pulled it. Yeah, and now the book is already circulating before it's supposed to be released, and it feels almost saboteur-ish.
Yeah, it feels very saboteur-ish because again, this was basically banking on the fact that if enough purchases of these copies were done, this may lead to Static getting his own line again, and hopefully leading to more milestone media characters coming out. Because again of the leak that happened in like as far as I said, this does feel like sabotage. The writers themselves are encouraging. Some actually went on social media saying, please buy the book just because we need to show that people want more of these characters, which is beyond obvious. But if you do have the ability, please purchase the book because, again, we want more of these stories being told because the people that are behind DC, well, let's be honest, they're idiots. But again, haven't had a chance to read the book myself. Highly recommend that you should, just because, again, we definitely need to be supporting these milestone characters because we want them to get the exposure that they do deserve in the current DC.
Tafari, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Static Shock on that list to appear on Tubi in March?
Yes, that was the topic I forgot to bring up earlier. We can save that for next week.
Okay.
Static, I believe, is on that list along with the Teen Titans and Kids Next Door, Billy and Mandy, Ed, and Eddie, Cow and Chicken, pretty much all the Hanna-Barbera stuff.
I mean, the freaking Flintstone Kids and Freakazoid are going to be on there.
Yeah,
it's like they're rebuilding the old CW.
I wonder if they can do that kid version of Michael Jackson, Michael Jackrock, or Michael Jackstone. That's what it was, Michael Jackstone.
There are some obscure ass shows I didn't know exist. I didn't know Supernatural had like an 11-episode anime-esque show.
Yep.
The Mask, the animated series.
No, I remember that.
Yeah, that was on Seed.
I'm curious if any of the ratings boosts they're clearly going to get off this will affect potentially bringing some of these shows back or reviving them. Because Tom Warburton, he was so happy this show came out. He made like a fan art post of like saying like recommission everyone, and some of the voice actors commented. And he put out more information we can go over next week. I'll find the webpage for it. He's like, actually, because they did a panel recently. He showed like more artwork and stuff they were doing of like what. I was
Sorry,
you're good. Like they showed like more artwork of what Galactic K&D was gonna be, and there was like a reunion with number 1 and number 4 as teenagers. So maybe this will get some shows out of the grave. I don't know.
I mean, Freakazoid did come back for a whole episode along with the Lobe in Teen Titans Go, so
it'll be interesting either way.
Yeah, but moving on over, because we got more books. We got a bunch of books. Generation X-23. This is written by Jody Hauser with art by Paco Kamanagi or Kamagin. I cannot pronounce that last name. My apologies. Art by Eric Argadesia. This is the new Laura Kinney and Gabby book, which means I love this book automatically because all new, all different Wolverine is my favorite, and Gabby is the best of the Wolverines that will ever be. She even launches herself in a fastball special and just yells, Gabby's special attack name here.
Take your word for it.
I love this book. It was so fun. So the crux of this is Laura and Gabby get caught up in trying to save a mutant, and then someone who Laura used to know with time displacement powers starts acting up, and they find somebody that may be her, but they're not sure. So they have to go investigate. Solid start to the thing, but again, my bias is showing because I already love the previous Laura and Gabby books. So I'm automatically on board for this one.
Yeah, although I didn't read it myself, but I still say, look, just because I don't like it, I am not a full-on expert. Definitely give the book a shot. It might be for you.
But you didn't like it. You can't say you didn't like it if you didn't read it.
Well, it's two characters I can't stand, so I can already tell you off the bat.
What do you not like about either the Wolverine girls?
It's just, no, we ain't get that kind of time. It's not for me. Let me just summarize, say it's not for me.
We got Uncanny X-Men. This is written by Gail Simone, art by David Marquez, colors by Matt Wilson. We were picking up where we left off. The adults are dealing with literally the Monster Squad, while the New Mutant kids have now self-projected themselves into the book, into the comic, or I don't understand if it's the Caretaker using his powers to put them in the book, or if they are just like self-inserting themselves because they are so enamored with the story.
Self-inserting, because you can literally tell they are literally on pins and needles as they're being told.
So everyone's fighting. So the adults are fighting the Monster Squad. Wolverine takes on Werewolf by Night and immediately gets knocked out of the fight to come back later in a goofy way. Nightcrawler tries to befriend Frankenstein's monster because they're both German. That was just funny. Morbius and Jubilee kind of face off, and Morbius like, "Do you miss being a vampire?" And Jubilee's like, "Kind of." And Morbius like, "Look, I really don't want to do this, but I don't have a choice in the matter. Can we just like make this look good?" And Rogue is taking on Elsa Bloodstone. Gambit's taking on Manphibian, which is the name of the creature from the Black Lagoon. Well, Rogue is also taking on the Living Mummy. So Monster Squad fight, and Wolverine, because he got bit by Wolf by Night, becomes Werewolverine, a werewolf variant of Wolverine.
Yeah, that's a little bit different. I will say that much. But
I mean, usually it's Captain America that gets turned into a monster all the time.
Hey, Kira, you're not late.
Kira.
You're okay. You're good. But go ahead, Jim.
Solid book. Again, I'm really enjoying this because this is just a New Mutants book for me. Plus, more Rogue and Gambit is always good.
Yeah. Although the bedtime story is starting to be a little bit more fun than the current story.
Yeah. We're looking at Amazing Spider-Man number 22. This is written by Joe Kelly, art by anybody else but John Romita Jr. So that means we can look at this book again because the art doesn't suck. So art is Nick Bradshaw, Todd Knock, and Nathan Stockman. Peter is finally back on Earth with his new space girlfriend, Relith Thorect, his costume glitch, and just trying to pick up the pieces of his life. He goes to find Aunt May, find Aunt May has moved, thinks Ben did something, tracks Ben down. Fight ensues. Ben's like, "No, you're being an asshole." Yes, by the way, did you find the tune in the AC? Peter just tells Ben to leave, and Ben's like, "Happily, by the way, F you." And Peter just tries to pick up the pieces of his life. And his space girlfriend is sick because her body can't handle the atmosphere. So they go see the Fantastic Four using the keyword that Spider-Man gives them so that the Fantastic Four will help them, which is, of course, wheat cakes.
Yeah.
Again, happy to read this book now that John Romita Jr. is not doing art. I hope that is the continuous thing because I can't stomach that man's art anymore.
Nobody can. But you're not wrong.
So good new entry. The starts of the thing because now Pete's back. Looking forward to it. New Avengers. This is written by Sam Humphries, art by Tom Lima, and cards by Rain Brendo. The Science Bro clones of Tony Stark and Mr. Ouroboros are Iron Apex and Guru Strange are at a Stark Expo masquerading as Strange and Tony. The totally not Thunderbolts have to go stop them, and Carnage keeps trying to have Eddie kill everybody, and Eddie's just like, "Shut up. We're not doing this."
Yeah,
we won't survive this encounter if we do.
Although what's interesting is at the end, like it's either one or the other. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. Solid, but again, biased because this is essentially a Thunderbolts book. I don't care how they title this. This is a Thunderbolts book.
Yeah.
Ultimate Spider-Man number 24 officially ended. I am pissed because I want this book to continue on forever. This is written by Jonathan Hickman, art by Marco Cicchetto and David Mencia, colors by Matt Wilson. It sticks the landing, and this is not a spider pun, but it really does stick the landing. I love the flashback sequence where we look at young Peter and Mary Jane finally like proposing to each other because they had an oopsie. No, that's literally the reason they got married in this universe is they had an oopsie.
Yeah.
That'll do it for some people.
It worked for them. And then just everything just kind of works out for better or for worse because it is the life of Spider-Man. But again, I want this book to continue on forever, and Marvel are idiots for ending this line.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm so pissed. I'm so
Meanwhile, DC's Ultimate Universe just keeps expanding.
Oh yeah, they're ending books that they know need to end, but they're still going with books that are going to go.
Because we got Ultimate Robin on the way now, don't we?
Ultimate Robin and Absolute Robin and Absolute Green Lantern.
Absolute, that's
Arrow.
what it is. Absolute, not Ultimate, right? Yeah, Absolute. What is Absolute?
Absolute Martian Manhunter, but they are starting up Absolute Black Canary, and she's going to be taking on a zombie possessed Green Arrow because he was killed off during that Absolute Legion of Doom one shot.
Yeah, that was my thing. I'm like, what are you gonna do with an Absolute Green Arrow? Like, just the intro from Arkham Knight. This is it. This is how the Green Arrow died. Like,
yep, Cakes Grayson.
So yeah, it's Absolute Black Canary. She is built like a brick house too.
Yeah.
Moving on over into the indies, we got G.I. Joe written by Josh Williamson, Andrea Molina, and Lee Lowenborough doing writing, art, and colors. Very brief synopsis on this. Duke finds out about Hound, immediately arrests Hound, works stuff out with Hound. Meanwhile, surprisingly, we're not looking into Cobra, but we're definitely gearing up to start that Mask comic.
And in fact, they've already announced that it will have its comic line in the Energon universe.
Yep. They are officially starting up what is called Generation 2 or Phase 2, Generation 2 for the Energon universe, and it starts with Mask.
I can kind of see that.
Yep.
The way that he wasn't do the way they do, I could see that.
Ghost Pepper number 8. This is written, created, art, and lettering by Ludo Lullaby and cards by Adrian Lucas. Ash fights Vex. That's literally what this issue is.
Very much.
There's a lot of collateral damage.
That all she said was one word. That man got triggered. But yeah, all she said was one. Literally, she says one word, and the man was. Just read the comic.
Yeah, just read it. Art's great. Story's cool. Characters are fantastic. Love it to death. This is the one that like threw me for a loop. The Muppets Noir. This is written, drawn, and lettered and main covered by Roger Landridge with cards by Deborah Kelly. During pre-production for an episode, Night of the Muppet Show, Kermit gets hit in the head with a brick from the Amazing Brick Toss Brothers while reading a totally not Dick Tracy comic, and has a total dream sequence where he is basically Dick Tracy, known as Skip Minnows.
All I gotta say
is a corner.
The best way I can say this. Remember the Muppet Show where Kermit Frog was talking about I don't usually abhor violence, but in some cases necessary as he's shooting at Nazis. That's about the best way I can sum this book up.
Yeah, this is just What If the Muppets but Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
I am here for it. I love that Rizzo is a coroner. It's hilarious.
That's still funny. But no, it's a good issue.
It's a good issue. It's a good book. And then we got Starship Godzilla to round us out on issue 5. This is written by Chris Googe, art by Oliver Ono, and colors by Jonathan Dobbs. Turns out the entire Starship Godzilla was aware of what they were doing and was actually not bad guys.
Right.
So Onion immediately calls everybody out on their BS. Is like, no, here's what actually happened. It's like, but why are we working with the Xylians? They're horrible empires. Like, honey, all empires suck ass. But our ship is old and breaking down, and we need money.
Pretty much.
It's like, but what about my totally not girlfriend? Oh, honey, we're gonna go help him out. Except for the fact that Space Godzilla got taken over, and we got to fight that. And it's Space Godzilla.
Pretty much. There was that whole thing of when the truth got out, she was not happy.
She was not. But I love this book. It's just old. I say this every time we read this book, but this is the old ass 80s anime book I've read in a while, and I am here for it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then that's it. Those are all the books.
All right. Well, thank you, Joe, for that. So as we wrap this up, we always do love to do shameless plugging because without that, we wouldn't have to pay the bills. So I will start first with the man, the legend, the myth. He is always working somewhere, and he definitely will be working in March. Tafari, sir, let people know where they can find you and where you'll be doing, where you'll be at.
Yeah, main channel, still doing short little bits here and there. I think I'm officially done with like short form stuff of my longer skit, which is if Dispatch had anime characters. I don't know. And people have been asking for a part 2. I think that's going to be a one and done. It was fun while it lasted. Unless they do something new with the game, I think I'm just going to leave that where it is. Working on trying to write some new stuff as I get accumulated, situated, and adjusted to my new time zone and everything here. You can find me here at all platforms on this name -gaming, where a lot more of my gaming stuff has been moved to. So we just finished Aerial Knight's Drop Shot, which Aerial Knight is a game dev out of Detroit who I met at DreamCon. He actually did our Kingdom Hearts photo shoot. I believe him, one other person, and just their soundtrack person put it together. So it's $20 if you're on Xbox, Steam, or PlayStation. It's 50 levels. It's all free fall, fun and gun action minus the run. It's you're shooting mercenaries and dragons. It's E10 plus, so it's safe for all the little people if you want to try them out with it. Yeah, Platinum did on stream today. Had a lot of fun. The devs were actually in my chat, which I appreciate. Reloaded is also out. I believe South of Midnight will be coming to other consoles next month, if not in April.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of projects out. Blurred Station, we still have ad space for sale on the Blurred Station stream. So I know Otaku Noir just signed up. If anyone you know wants to vend but cannot attend, regardless of what it is, if it's a business project you want to promote, we have a lot of other companies we work with who will be showing trailers for it. I know Niamacop gave us their release trailer for Reloaded to run during the stream. A lot of big names are being shown up and added to the con weekend, like as of this week. So it's gearing up to be a good one. Still coin toss whether or not I'm going to make it. If not, y'all have fun. I will be helping remotely either way. Then gaming channel, yeah, the Reloaded videos up. If y'all could leave some positive interaction on that. We have a new playlist since we did Platinum. What I just said the name. We did Platinum Drop Shot today on stream, and then might be checking out that Squid Game demo. I'm blanking on the name. I might be playing it tomorrow, but then next week I'll be doing the festival for Tangle and Whisper coming to Sonic Cross Worlds.
All right. Dang, it was Squid something. Now you have me looking for it.
I know the demo's out. I need to go check. I need to see if I can actually download it.
Oh, might as well. Another man who's always busy and whatnot, Joe. Want to let people know where you'll be doing and where they can find you, sir. Uh-oh. There you go. You muted, Joe, if you're saying something.
Not yet, but give me a moment.
All right, you're good.
Let me think. Where am I? Where am I these days? What am I doing? Where am I? Well, last night I celebrated Lunar New Year. You can see that on my Instagram because we had the National Symphony come to my friend's bar, 1111 over, and you can see a small bit of them playing a symphony version of Golden. Mini beers were had last night, and then we went to Steak and Shake, or not Steak and Shake, Shake Shack. That was fun. Other than that, you can hear me now on Laserprint, which is my comic book podcast where I essentially just do what I just did, but with slightly more books. I now have both Chris's blessing and TL's blessing because Chris gave me a shout out on 30-2010.
Nice.
About that. So yes. So technically, I guess I can introduce myself as an unofficial Laser Time podcast formally. I don't know. Probably going to. Other than that, streaming just kind of isn't happening right now just because my schedule is super busy. I'm like doing 12 hours of overtime constantly on top of working over at the store, and stuff's picking up at the store because we got Ninja Turtles coming out soon, about 3 other games coming out soon. For some reason, we're looking at a deck card game, Gate Ruler, but, I guess that's because we can buy products super cheap, so, I have no idea. Participated in a Beyblade tournament because we got Beyblade going on over in Nashville now, and that's getting super big, so the store's Beyblading. We are letting it rip or go shooting, whichever one is your preference. If it's go shoot, you're not allowed at the store because we only rip there. No, that's it. I don't do much, but yet I do everything. I'm tired. Tomorrow is the International Festival over at Centennial Park, I think. I know the Chinese American Association
Might be right.
is over there tomorrow. And also my street is closed off because of the marathon happening tomorrow, so I got to figure out a way to get over there.
Nice. Oh, yeah, the marathon is downtown. I keep forgetting about that. Well, thank you, sir, for that. Before I do get to myself, I always do want to show others off as well. So shout out to APR TV. Why? Because, well, the Give It podcast can be seen on APR TV. It's an app that can be on the Roku app or Amazon Fire Stick. Definitely check them out as well as other shows on APR TV. You will not be disappointed. Also, BlurStation.com. As Tafari has pointed out, will be at BlurCon this year, March 6th through the 8th. So they do actually offer streaming services, like Safari said. If you do have a product, a show, or something you want to advertise, simply go to BlurStation.com, hit the live stream button. At the bottom, you'll see the tiers at the bottom for advertising. Pick whichever tier is more suitable for you, and then from there, your ad, your show, whatever that you want, will be shown on the live stream of BlurStation while at BlurCon. Also, BlurStation itself does have movies, television, anime, you name it. $10.99 a month at BlurStation, and BlurStation can be streamed on all smart devices. Check us out, the Get Bit Podcast, of course, on YouTube at the GB Podcast. Simply put, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. For whenever we go live or whenever we're doing a playthrough, or just like I said, as Showa Guy Joe did actually have his review of the Gary on Trigger. You can find us all there. We could not do any of this support without you guys, so thank you all who have done that. And like I said, tell a friend to tell a friend, share as much as humanly possible. We definitely want our channel to grow. And speaking of other channels, guys, please check out Blurred's Eye View. Myself and Tafari on there every Tuesday and Thursday. Again, great shows, dope guests. You cannot miss it. At the same time, on Blurred's Eye View on YouTube, our pages can be found there. Room Full of Blurs, Geek by Heart, Tafari TV Gaming, Get Bit Podcast, How the Fact We Got Here, Navy Montel, Show Quote, Lore of the Culture, and Tafari TV can all be found there. Also, Fresh Press by Z, again, our nail tactician there as well. Definitely check her out. Now, I do bring up Room Full of Blurs, not just because of her show that she has every Sunday along with Navy Montel. She will actually be hosting her own panel at VirtuousCon this upcoming, I believe it's this weekend. She'll be hosting the Darker Side of Star Wars. Definitely check her out. Like I said, if there's anybody I know that knows Star Wars inside and out, it would be her. But definitely check her out, and definitely check her out at VirtuousCon. Definitely check her out at Roomful of Blurs, her personal IG page, and bestly check out her show that happens every Sunday. I believe it's 7 p.m. But definitely check her out. As she says, we have cookies.
Her, Whoopsie. I know Shoyo's doing a panel, so
yep. Yeah. I meant to grab Whoopty too, but yes, Shoyo's doing a panel as well. As she will be covering that. She'll be covering anime, which means, of course, in Shoyo's world, she's a very big proponent fan of isekai and other types of anime out there as well. Very good. I mean, like I said, expert in that field. Definitely check her out. And Whoopty, I apologize. I meant to have yours up as well. She will also be at VirtuousCon as well. So definitely check out Whoopty Freaking Do or her other page at Fresh Nails by C. 7 p.m. is correct. Thank you, Kira. And she said, my second panel is Sunday at 4 p.m. on Indie Comics. So I'm sorry, Kira. My apologies. You have 2 panels at VirtuousCon. So my apologies. She actually has 2. As she has said, the second panel will be at 4 p.m. on Indie Comics. Also, shout out to Toshi from Midnight Comics as well. I believe she has a panel. And I am so sorry, guys. I should have had this all up to where other people can see it. But definitely check out Midnight Comics. Toshi there will have her own panel. Check out Shoko, as she will have her panel. Check out, Fresh Nails by Z or Whoopty Freaking Do. She will have her panel, of course. Check out Roomful of Blurs, as we've already sat there and said, has her panels at VirtuousCon. I love to see it. I love to see it. But that also being said, guys, as for myself, Black_Spartan615 on the socials, you can find me there as well. Still doing the streaming thing. We played a little bit of Resident Evil 4 Remake earlier today. I think I've got the audio problems figured out. I think, because and also I need to apologize profusely. On the last playthrough with Ramon, I said some choice language. I usually watch myself on these streams, but let me tell you something. When it comes to an enemy that was basically beating your butt for 30 minutes, you feel finally good when you finally put him in the ground. So for all parents that may have let their children watch my stream, I sincerely apologize. However, after this podcast is done, we are doing a midnight stream. Like I said, we're trying to wrap up Resident Evil 4 Remake before Requiem comes out on the 27th. That's we'll be doing a live stream of that. So stick with me a little bit later on, guys. I will hop back on to finish the stream and hopefully finish out the game. That also being said, my other show is still going on. How the Frack We Got here every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. as we do cover everything that's going on in the world. And of course, with Get Bit, along with Joe and Tafari every Friday, is still going on. I will say this, guys, because I stress this very heavily, gentlemen, as much as I do love to work out, things of that nature, guys, please go to the doctor. Please get checked out. You never know what you may have. You may be feeling good, and that's fine. But again, health is important. Not just the mental and physical are both important. But guys, I understand. Make that appointment. Get checked out. You're better off in the long run. Just saying. And also with mental health is important as well, guys. I cannot stress enough. You must take care of your mental as well as your physical. If you don't, life is harder, and you don't want life to be harder. So there's services and things out there that you can take advantage of. So please, as much as I say take care of the mental, as much as I say take care of the physical, take care of the mental. You'll be better off for it. At the same time, guys, the rules still do apply when it comes to cons. Rule number 1, respect the cosplayer at all times. Cosplay is not consent. Please treat people like human beings. It's not that freaking hard. Rule number 2 is hygiene. Clean clothes. Please wash. Bathe yourself. Use deodorant. Brush your teeth. Use mouthwash. I cannot stress enough how easy it is to get sick, especially if you got kids. Kids are walking petri dishes. And trust me, if a child is sick in your house, everybody gets sick in your house. So again, guys, hygiene. It's not that hard. And the last rule that I have for myself that I have for everybody else, when it comes to just the world in general, when it comes to blurs and nerds in general, talk, share, encourage, invite people to your fandoms. Don't gatekeep, don't criticize, don't be a dick, and you won't get jumped. Outside of that, guys, it is the weekend. I understand people want to relax, whatever, however you want to relax. I don't judge. But again, guys, it's the weekend. Please use your head. Go home safely. Nobody wants to be in jail over the weekend. That being said, we'll hopefully be back here next Friday with Same Get Bit Time, Same Get Bit channel with news of the week. As well as that, and like I said, in about an hour or so, I'll be doing a midnight run. Hopefully to wrap up Resident Evil 4 remake. That'll be on Twitch as well as the Get Bit stream. Also, check out Joe's short as he did his review of Space Ranger Gavin. That is up right now that you can see. And like I said, and also check out Tafari because Tafari always has wonderful skits, especially with Dispatch. Because damn if they ain't funny. That being said, fellas, any last words we call tonight?
It's the weekend. Try something new. Eat some good food. Go see a movie. Stay out of trouble.
Very much. Joe?
Get some sleep.
Well, we definitely know he's going to do that. That being said, guys, that's going to do it for us. I've been Spartan. He's been Joe. He's been Tafari. This has been the Get Bit Podcast tonight, guys. Dude, thank you for watching. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and I promise we'll get through this. Live long and prosper, guys. We are out. Peace.